Okay, we are live. So, thank you for tuning in. We're back here. I am level 60 now, so we can proceed with the main scenario. Welcome to the flagship, Mistress Magnanimous. You're almost at your destination. Warning! Intruders detected in the vicinity. Please eliminate them if you wish to proceed. On top of level 60, I do look a little bit different, don't I? Somebody from my free company is having issues locating a gear set that's appropriate for them at level 60, and that is actually what I'm wearing. I'm wearing level 60 endgame gear, so it's like I level 260 instead of 140 that we were wearing before. Intruders approaching! Oh no! But yeah, this is one of the reasons why I don't want to be doing Stormblood quests after leveling quests without the next expansion, is because it actually, whenever a new expansion releases, you can just buy the maximum possible gear for last expansion with Poetics, which is great if you're leveling. Sure that I was higher than 134 from just dungeon drops, but you could have been getting unlucky. Area secured. Lifting access restriction to the Eorzea research facility. Restriction lifted. You may enter the facility at your leisure. Ending guidance. Unknown energy source detected within the Eorzea research facility. Please exercise caution. I'm pleased to have been of service to you, Mistress Magnanimous. Please send my regards to Master Wedge. Making sure that I turned on my microphone. Yes, that is very good. Reason being is I was recording a little bit of a different game previously that did not require a microphone. Duty finder. I was pretty ill this whole week, and I'm still suffering side effects, a bit of a headache and tiredness, but it was like the weirdest possible illness. For why is he collecting job gear? For my, I still don't know whether it was just my immune system or whether I was actually ill, because I got bouts of really bad fever, headaches, and I was just knocked out. And yesterday I had to go to the hospital. Not for the illness, that would be quite serious. No, just to get a few extra x-rays taken of my neck. And that was awful because I got off at the wrong stop and stuff because I just couldn't think at all. You know, sometimes things happen. So I think I still look pretty awful. I tried to cover up with makeup. I actually used white eyeshadow as concealer because otherwise it would look like I died. This is also not my normal lip color. My lips tend to be a lot whiter than this. Which on camera does look like I have died. Ah, this place actually brings quite a lot of memories. Mostly because if you needed tombstones, this would be where you would farm them. The first dungeon to the expansion was also the one left with the highest amount of tombstones to make people run it. And that did quite work because, well, people farmed the living hell lights out of this one. Especially considering that the tombstones that it would give would be one before the newest one. So it wasn't like the best one, but the best one is always capped. And if you were building an anima, which a lot of people were, you needed shit tons of the tombstone that came before the last one. So this is what this dungeon was good for. Stormblood didn't have any equivalents. Stormblood didn't have a dungeon that would just give you a fuck ton of the old tombstone, which kind of screwed people over. I know, because my husband tried to catch up in Stormblood a few times. He had been catching up in Heavensward before a few times because he doesn't play very regularly. And it was just an awful experience overall. So I'm kind of hoping for a better one in Shadowbringers. But no clue. I don't understand what's the point of not giving a lot of the tombstone that comes before the best one to people, because honestly, it's not the best tombstone. You have absolutely no use for it outside of catching up, so let people catch up in huge chunks and be done with it. I don't actually understand how people are really bad with inventory management. They're like, oh, I need to sell or else I can't equip. Oh, and it's like, have you seen mine? It's pretty empty. What are you doing with yours? And yeah, for that XP gain, post 60. God. Oh, okay. I was like, you gonna open that up, no? I hate how tabbing is pretty inefficient. Like, tab system seems to rotate in a very odd way in this game. It's a bit better on a controller, but you only have the tab system on the controller, which makes it not ideal. So I know some people that are very used to it, but if I just try to tab through the enemies to get to the one that I need, if I can't catch one, it works really poorly. Yo, you coming? There we go. Okay, I'm the only one getting hit. That's good. Means we're doing them tanky thingy right. It's quite cinematic, but we don't actually have to like fight all of that. And I'm saying that it's quite cinematic because the game kinda nicely waits for us to just be finished with trash mobs and start going here to then just do the enough!
I will crush you underfoot!
And that. And that's the person we're actually gonna be fighting.
Savages.
Hello, Garleans. We will be seeing far too much of you later on.
There is nowhere to run.
Can't say that I was ever very charmed by you. Oh, I really wish I had Onslaught.
Enough.
Oh, good. I at least managed to get my Valkyrie absorbed. You're supposed to take care of the thingies that just, you know, fire at people and stuff, but honestly, just bursting the boss works too. Do it for a bit too much though, and they explode. One exploding is nothing, but two exploding do hurt.
In the name of the Emperor!
In the name of the Emperor, I salute you. Wait, what? Oh, new people don't know how to use glamour. Nice big note thing, births more babies. So I always drag the biomass here. Oh, I had runs with my husband. He was pretty good at Dragoon in Heavensward. Well, I would grab all of these biomasses, and he would kill them in that short corridor run before, like, the node and where the biomasses spawn, and I would be very confused when I would arrive in my destination, like, wait, what? So many numbers makes me feel like that XP is just flowing through me, but they're not really giving me that much. Ah, happy days. I miss when this was endgame. My biggest wishes would be that Shadowbringers have an endgame similar to Heavensward and not to Stormblood, yeah, that was it. I was gonna say Stormbringers because it's a similar name. Mostly because in Heavensward you ran old content to farm for tomes to build special legendary weapons if you weren't raiding. In Stormblood this was delegated to its own instance called Eureka. And Eureka works more like Final Fantasy XI. You go in and you kill mobs. You don't do dungeons, you kill mobs. And it was honestly really depressing. So to me it just felt like the game took away my selection of things to do. Don't know if that makes any sense to anybody, but it certainly does to me. It's funny how you end up with a sort of feeling of nostalgia to things that you did far too many times. Like, there are dungeons at the end of Heavensward and most dungeons in Stormblood that I only done 1 or 2 times, and I end up entering them and going, wait, what? Then very specific ones like this one I remember really well because I farmed it so much. And it's not like you go, oh, this one. You go, oh, it's this one. I remember this one. With its little droney elevator. I also kind of miss Allegheny things. You don't see them too often. You see Garleany things, but they're a bit different than Allegheny things. They tend to be a lot sadder in mood. Oh, these ones are always like so bright and shiny, and they have like blue and green everywhere, kind of reminding me of Wildstar. Plus, have you seen the view? I feel like they invested a lot into sculpting the environments in Heavensward, something that they haven't done later on. Yeah, they still did it for the zones. It's just I feel like a lot of that ended up gone. Where you just have like these massive views. I'm going through all the Stormblood dungeons in my head right now. A lot of them felt a bit enclosed, like you would go into a temple or another place. There was one with friggin' Goku at the end. And that one was nice and open, but I wouldn't say that it had very picturesque views. It did have some nice bridges though. Was it bridges? Did it have bridges, or am I remembering a different one? For sure had a mountain, that much I remember. Hello, Shapti, don't go and attack my friends! That's what the tanks are here for! To tank! Oh yeah, another one. Completely forgot about you. And you. Oh my. Completely forgot about both of you. Like, you know how people flock to WoW Classic servers? I feel like I would give a lot to go back and live and breathe Heavensward. And people would be like, yeah, but parts of it were so grindy, and it's like, true, but I don't care. I liked it. Ew, that head is pulsating.
Champion of Hydaelyn.
Hello.
Tell me, why do you despise the primals so? They are the embodiment of mortal will, of mortal desire.
Mostly because they go and kill others.
A foe to despise, and 'tis well that you do, for it is from the vortex of ceaseless conflict that Lord Zodiac shall be reborn.
Through the joining, the world shall become whole again. Then all shall be as once it was, as it should ever have remained.
For the glory of Lord Zodiac.
Your meddling ends here and now, warrior of light.
Is there a point in having a magical mask over your mask? Let's forget to pull that town back.
Darkness shall consume light.
And you can actually start from either one of them. The fight still stays the same.
Your light shall burn no more.
Know your place.
Damn this frail flesh.
Sometimes I'm just hope that I'm dodging it right, because when you dodge with little time remaining,
You have meddled enough.
sometimes your dodge doesn't go through. I know, it sounds really weird, but that's why in raids you used to do little hops at the end of your dodging. It's just so that the server would be forced to register your position.
Chaos shall reign forevermore. You'll not defeat me again.
Now we're progressing to the next fight.
Such strength, it defies all reason.
No, I will not be bested by the likes of them.
I don't think you have a choice, lady.
It is time.
Very well. Let us show these mortals the true power of the Echo. The power to break down the barriers of existence.
I am become you.
That is not a grammatically correct sentence.
One.
Does that count as reducing the amount of Asians? Because technically there's no more 2 Asians, there's now just 1 Asian. Could we like force all of them to do that and then like kill the last one? That sounds the most efficient. Okay, remember the positions for those. We're gonna need them. Person went significantly too early. This is about the right time to go because this takes a little bit of time. But yeah, unless you want to get hit by debuffs, you have to go in and do that. So it is extremely nice of Mr. Asian Prime here to give us little safe spots. He didn't have to. He chose to. And anything that will hit Mr. Tiny Philanthropist over there. Maybe they have grown by now? Yeah, they did. It hurts them more than literally anyone else. Because they get shrunkified. Oopsie daisy. At least I'm cute and super tiny. What walls? You seeing things? Kinda feel like my outfit's the coolest, honestly. I actually saved a lot of the outfits that we had as glamours because I quite like them. A lot of the things really didn't look too bad on us as a giant female Rogadin, which was quite a surprise for me. My main character has a lot of bot outfits. And I remember getting glamours from really hard to get places.
That she might regain the blessing of light I had foreseen.
And then for this one, I'm just like, ooh, leveling gear looks cool.
But she has grown so strong in it as to deny us our power.
Let us withdraw, La Habrea. That power remains to us, at least.
So you're saying that you're happy that two warriors of light can't merge?
Impossible!
Are we gonna kill the ether right now? Yes, we will. Oh, this is gonna be so cold-blooded. Just white aura sight and a dragon's eye, nothing to look at. Your friend's dead. knife was the one that killed them. If I had more of those, you would be dead too.
So, you harnessed the eye's power. A pity you spent it all. What will you do now, hero?
I don't know, I thought you were retreating.
So, not even the vaunted warrior of light can unmake an Ascian without relying upon mortal contrivances.
Oh, hi. Fancy seeing you here. Do you want the eye? Even he's not happy seeing Lord Thordan.
King Thordan and his knights 12 fought and defeated Nidhogg. Though the victory cost them dear, they were rewarded with a great prize. The dread worm's eyes, both of which have since been held in the Holy Sea's safekeeping. The eye you possess was Nidhogg's left, and long has it served as a source of the Azure Dragoon's might. As for its twin,
we have it in this box. The box of happy things.
it has lain here, joined to the person of Haldreth, the first Azure Dragoon. For though he learned to harness its power, he was ultimately consumed by it. Even in death, his body decays not. A pitiful end for a fabled hero. My Ascian friend, long have you and your kind sown the seeds of chaos by teaching mortals the secrets of summoning. But if you assumed that we would meekly serve as your pawns, then you are gravely mistaken.
You would raise a hand against us.
He would raise a lot of things against you, I think, and the hand is the least of your worries. That stick to begin with.
My flesh, the soul of the legendary King Thordan, I can become a god.
I know. Oh, a sword. I was half thinking he was gonna hold a corpse.
A god who knows not cessation, whose being is sustained by a millennium of fervent prayer, and the eye's nigh bottomless reservoir of ether.
What?
Your contempt for man has proven your undoing, Ascian. For my first act as God King, I do hereby sentence you to die!
It is really funny to think that by doing this, according to the plot so far, we're undoing the universe together.
Gods feed upon ether. It matters not what form that ether takes. Ascian souls are no exception. With this power, I shall put an end to 1,000 years of conflict. Be they sown by Ashen, Dragon, or Primal, wheresoever the seeds of chaos threaten to quicken, I shall excise them with my divine blade and bring order to the world.
If that is what you believe, then I wish you luck with it, but we'll still need to try and stop you, won't we?
I have become that which you abhor, warrior of light. If you would take issue with my godhood, I shall answer you with my blade.
I'm gonna take issue with you eating that ether. Presumably after a while you're gonna run out of that Asian soul. And then you will be like, sacrifice me, nice virgins, or some shit. And in anyways, time to fight King Thordan, which actually is the best extreme fight you can have. It's a bit disappointing in normal, unfortunately, but it's the fight with the most phases and mechanics to ever exist in this game, so it's a brilliant fight. It forever stayed my favorite primal. I see someone else also bought his set. Oh yeah, it's Dragoon one. I actually think that mine looks better, for I have a little... this little flag. Oh, a cape. Yeah, a cape. I like this cape. I think that it looks nice. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I also don't really know what to do in the meantime while waiting. I think focus is... Yeah, this is about as focused as we're gonna get, I think. My autofocus on this camera just died. So I'm left turning it with my fingers. Really annoys me that when my cat scratches himself, the whole table moves. Really wish that wasn't the case. Oh, Nerva's AFK. I was gonna ask him something. That is the absolute worst thing about waiting for trials. They require 2 tanks and 2 healers, and those are always hard to get. So you're like, ah, we're gonna be standing around for a while, won't we? Those pillars look like, for our accounts, they should be alive. Mostly because of that giant eye-like thing. Ooh. Check, I could see the sky. Surely some other tanks and healers are running trial roulette, no? I mean, someone must be. Obviously, there's a few DPS, for we have already picked those up. I really hate those selling notifications when they do not actually tell you price and gil. Normally that means they want real money. And that is kinda against everything, but still. So many locked duties. So many locked duties. Hey, Nerva. I'm just waiting on this. On what's his name? Big dude. Sword. Thordan! Yeah, Thordan. Also, don't you think that there's a bit much of us in D&D? Probably not really. I already had Fizzle complaining at me yesterday that he never gets to do what he wants because of the 2 days that we occupy. Oh, that sound is my feet on metal. Fair enough. Which bit? About the doing stuff or about D&D? Oh yeah, don't you think that 7 characters in D&D is a bit much? Because our campaign's on 7 now. So when we're all gonna be playing, it's gonna be a little bit awkward, to say the least. And no, we probably ain't doing anything today because Fizzle already complains that he doesn't have enough free time.
Brothers, the time has come to call upon the true power of the Heavensward.
Fight me if you will, warrior of light. I care not. All who stand against me will be destroyed, be they servants of the darkness or the light. By my blessing shall all men be sanctified.
Well, the good news is that Sven isn't around that often, but when he is, it's gonna be very awkward.
Cease to be. You reject my divinity, yet what have you to offer my people in its stead? Bitter truth? Virtuous suffering? No matter. If you believe your cause just, I call upon you to defend it with your life.
Ah, music. Well, Lucy said that he's joining our campaign. So I don't know if he replied or not, but apparently that's for real now. Actually do not mind that much playing with like 7 people, as my character isn't a very loud one, but I almost feel like some days we may have issues with people speaking and shit. Okay, now we get to see all phase transitions practically at once. Because normally he transitions the first time around at very little health, like at 70% health. There are some fun charges going on here, and the extreme version. Have a fun shower. So you tend to stand on these like little edges or else they're gonna hit you. And here it's a lot simpler. For one thing, you gotta keep these two separated. And they do an attack that really hurts at some points. Yeah, this whole transition you would be seeing while Thordan is still at like 70%. Including the meteors. This version just starts flailing around randomly. There's a lot more mechanics happening in the extreme version with like a huge eye walking about and stuff and having to protect the charges and stuff and having nobody to die and stuff. Aww, dead Thordy is dead. And so are his knights.
How can this be? A millennium of prayer and the eye's power combined, and still you stand.
If I could explain it, I would try. Like, I'm an anomaly. A severe anomaly in this world. Oh. Jesus is very evil.
Who? What are you?
I wish I knew! Time traveler that plays with history a little bit.
It is over then. I had hoped that mine would be the hand to end it. But knowing you, there was little chance of that. It would seem the eye has served you well.
There's still stuff left to do, but this part is indeed over. And now there's two.
Its twin. At long last.
I don't think you should be holding them.
All that remains is to take them beyond the reach of man and dragon both. With this task accomplished, my toil shall finally be at an end.
And this is why you shouldn't be holding both of them. Bad idea. Let go. Thou hast done well to resist mine influence, bathed in my power and blood as stalwart. Alas, in fine anticipation of comfort, thou hast lowered thy guard. The keening of my fallen kindred, the smouldering desire for vengeance. Mine eyes have partaken of 1,000 years of pain, a pain which I shall bestow upon thee. Drink deep of my rage, mortal, and become me. And yes, Nidhogg can just be reborn from his own... from anyone that holds both of his eyes, so it seems. Hi! Well, this will be something to explain, won't it?
Nidhogg, my child, what hath thy fury made of thee? Let us away, servant of Hydaelyn.
Chief! Over there!
There's a dragon!
Oi!
Ah, they're so happy to see me.
Haha! God damn it, you always have to cut it so bloody close.
Do 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 do.
It would seem she has done it again.
Whoop whoop.
Was there ever any doubt? Let us return to Ishgard. Our friends will be eager to learn the battle's outcome and welcome back their champion.
Their champion on a frickin' dragon?
Where is Estinian?
He turned into Nidhogg. Do you want that detail or not? I don't know, do you like that detail? I don't really like that detail. So that's like the airship, and everybody's like, oh, that's completely fine. And then there's like the dragon. Hi.
I dare say you are the first soul in Ishgardian history to arrive in our city upon Dragonback. This scene shall be remembered for 1,000 years to come.
Everybody? This is the oldest one of them.
As we had feared, the Archbishop summoned the soul of King Thordan into himself, and thence became a primal.
But he and his knights are no more, thanks to the Warrior of Light.
Your struggles are not yet over, mortals.
That sounded more threatening than you wanted.
The pleasure.
Midgard Zomir, you might not want to open on that line because otherwise you're like, you gonna launch an assault?
I am Midgard Sommer. I have journeyed with Hydaelyn's champion and observed her deeds in the conflict between man and dragon.
You have also learned English, which I commend you on.
Tell me, children of Thordan, do you desire peace?
My people have committed unspeakable atrocities against dragonkind, even against our own. Would that we could undo these wrongs, but we cannot. Be that as it may, the future yet presents a chance to begin anew. Our nation has broken free of the shackles of a false faith, and Nidhogg shall lead his kindred against us no more.
How about that?
Not that it will require much effort and perseverance, but 'tis my belief that in time, Ishgard will again become a place where man and dragon may abide together in harmony.
I shall remember thy words.
Midgard Zomir needs to remember
Nidhogg's soul liveth on.
That everything that he just said, he's talking for himself. Not for his, like, great-great-great-great-grandchildren 1,000 years in the future. That's not how humans go. You should re-ask this question every generation.
Rage hath claimed for its vessel the one thou callest the Azure Dragoon.
Astinian.
Doubt not but that Nidhogg will call out to his brood ere long, nor that they shall answer him. Steel yourselves, for the true test is yet to come.
Come what may, we will never cease to believe. Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way for peace, we will never abandon our cause.
Emmerich is really charming.
War cannot be ended in a day. It may take generations. What thou dost begin, thy children must continue. Entrust unto them thy hopes and dreams, that peace may reign again, and forevermore.
Funnily enough, I can summon him like a taxi. Like, if I really wanted to, I could just be like, chop chop. And there you go, guys. That was 3.0. Ishgard has joined the Eorzean alliance.
Let all here present attest that Sir Emmerich, acting on behalf of the Archbishop, has appended his signature. I do hereby declare that from this day forth, the Holy See of Ishgard shall once more be counted a member of the Eorzean Alliance. Let our nations move forward as one and stand united against the Garlean Empire.
For the future of Eorzea.
For the future of Eorzea!
There you are.
Well, at least we buried him in a nice place.
A noble monument to a noble soul.
I feel like we're still missing a grave.
Here, Lord Orzea can watch over all of Ishgard.
We never buried Lady Ishile. Miss Iceheart, which is a lot easier to pronounce for me.
It has been a long and arduous journey, and we have lost much and more along the way. Yet come what may, we must stay true to our purpose and press on.
That's right, you two. It's high time we got back to rebuilding the Scions. Which means we're going to need money! And lots of it!
I have some in my pocket. Apparently I'm kinda considered rich in this world.
So ends a glorious chapter in their tale. However, tumultuous days yet lie ahead for Ishgard. After 1,000 years under the yoke of the Church, the people take their first tentative steps into the unknown. And though they spy a glimmer of peace upon the horizon, Nidhogg's vengeful shadow yet remains to darken the way. Be that as it may,
my legs really hurt.
as the young commander of the Temple Knights and his heroic companions are there to guide them, the people may hold fast to hope. The hope that one day true peace will return to Ishgard, and that man and dragon may live in harmony once more. Let the deeds writ herein never be forgot, that they may inspire generations yet unborn to strive ever heavensward.
You see, after the Dragon Song War is truly over, that narrator disappears. And this Heavensward chapter of Final Fantasy XIV just felt really removed from the rest of the game, which in my opinion made it absolutely fantastic. You had that narrator talking over the whole story. You had a distant kingdom, which removed you from the troubles of before. It truly felt different and creative, and I feel like Stormblood lost that. And I really want to see that back again. However, I don't know whether Shadowbringers will bring this back, for Shadowbringers should technically wrap up the whole story, 1.0 to 5.0. It should be the finished end of the whole of that. However, it's not the last expansion from what they said. They will likely do what Blizzard did, which is go on until people stop subscribing, which brings me hope that maybe they can start exploring piecemeal worth of content again, where it's like each expansion is its own isolated story with its own struggles, instead of just unraveling itself into a whole bunch of other story points and plot points, which makes it kind of convoluted and really long and too interconnected, which is kind of a weird thing to say. So yeah, this is my favorite part of Final Fantasy XIV, and what we're gonna see further is 3.1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good for you! Clean shaved and all. And I'm most definitely going to do Alexander Raid, at least on normal. And then we may stop. Quite simply because I kinda need a break from Final Fantasy XIV. And it depends how Shadowbringers go, how long that break's gonna be. Because it might be absolutely amazing and then I will be like, okay, gotta get through Stormblood to reach the good part. Or it might be really shite and then I'm gonna be like, do I really want to wrap up the whole story? Gothic. One of the requests was that I play Gothic, so after I finish with 3.5, so this is still 5 patches away, I'm gonna go on and play Gothic, and then I will start counting down Final Fantasies backwards. So 13, 12, 10, 9. I've heard that it's really brutal. Kinda clunky and really hard, so this is gonna be fun. My husband kinda tried it, and he was like, yeah, I got killed for choosing the wrong option in the chat, and I'm like, save often. I'm not going upwards, I'm going downwards. So, we're at 14 right now, and then we're gonna count from 13 to 1, excluding 11. If I'm still alive when I finish that, I will come back to 15. For that is a large number of games to count down upon, and some of them have multiple parts, and a lot of them are like 100-hour games. Because it's up from 14, not down. We go down first, then we're gonna come back and go up. We need to re-catch up to what we missed. By the time I come back, there will be like 16 and 17, yeah. And I will be like, 15 now. To be fair, I was quite surprised because I thought that there's gonna be quite a lot of them missing on PC, but I checked Steam and a lot of, like, all of them are ported. So I'm like, yes. And quite a lot of them don't cost that much, and even 15 is like on sale often, like 15% off, 50% off, so it's not too bad. I think I'm just gonna do one version of each number. But like, 13 part 1, part 2, part 3 are counted as the same game, sorta, so you have to do all of them. Hey! I can't wait to reach the ones that are like really derpy, because I know that a lot of them are gonna be very derpy. But before that, there's gonna be Gothic, and that's a pretty lengthy game too. Well, considering that I will be entering the game like first time ever, I think I will be doing what I feel like doing. I don't think that I will be feeling like doing every side quest. One, presumably, though I have all three, for they cost £4 together in a bundle on GOG. So I could also presumably do 2 and 3. It depends whether or not people will be watching. I know that at least one person really wanted me to at least do one, so that's what I'm gonna do. By the point... That doesn't sound right. That's not where the number starts. You can't just skip one. Unless it's Dark Souls 1, then you be me. You get to like the 3rd boss. You rage quit. And you never come back. Yeah, I know. That's like the point. Final Fantasy I, which we will eventually reach, is also like super, super old. It's just that we started on 14, so we're gonna move downwards. If we started on 1, we would be moving upwards. And by the time I'm finished with all of that, we'll probably have a job, maybe a 5-year-old child, maybe I will be very, very, very old. But that is a lot of games. True, but you see, I own Final Fantasy XIII, but not 1. This way, I don't need to buy stuff for longer. And some of them might end up in my library through bundles or... or how is it called? God damn it. Brain. Yeah, I have Humble Bundle monthly, sometimes they may end up in that. I'm currently laughing at Trove games. You know, the Humble Bundle Trove that you gain access to if you're a subscriber. There are some, let's call them interesting ones. But I'm recording that, I'm not making, live plays of that. They didn't add things. What they added didn't seem too bad. I mean, it was like a car game about 1970s. It was the 20-minute Metropolis, which you have gotten if you gotten the last Humble Monthly anyway. Then there's like 2 others. The new ones aren't too bad, but I recorded Quiet City, which took a total of 9 minutes. That's the full game. And I recorded some of the Kimmy, which made me go, what the fuck? And I did Fortune 499, which actually ended up being quite a nice game. And now I'm moving on to Elephant in the Room, which also looks like it might be the weird kind of fun. There's also one about Roomba that I'm waiting for. And a racing game about hitting deer, which I will most definitely visit. It's a whole series now. I chose 7 games from the trove to do as a series, and if literally anyone expresses any interest in it, they can tell me to do more. But the rule is, they cannot be known good games. They have to be either weird or look like they belong on Newgrounds. And some of them did actually look like they do belong on Newgrounds. Well, they're floating around somewhere. Worst case scenario, the really old ones, I'm absolutely certain that they're emulatable. But I found 13, 12 is now out. 11 is the MMO, so you discard that. 10 is most definitely there. For some reason, 10 costs about the same as 12. I have 8. I really like this main theme, and I hope that they're gonna compose a good one for Shadowbringers. There was like a preview of what could be the main theme, and it was playing on like the PS4 menu if you pre-ordered Shadowbringers, and that one sounded really shit. I feel like they had more people working on the soundtrack for Heavensward than ever before. I already have World of Final Fantasy. I think I got bored at some point. Those are if I survive the other 15 games. They're like to the side, not as important. They don't have a number next to them. I've heard that 13 is like really dumbed down, so that one should be quite fun to do. Just be like, I click things sometimes while I run through this massive corridor. Well, you gotta think in a game at some point. But like, I've heard that it's very linear, and in my mind it no longer registers as bad. Well, it is bad for the franchise. It is shit to make a very linear RPG. But in my mind it's just all like, so it's gonna be easy to let's play then. Righty dokie. It's a literal corridor. From what I've seen reviews of it. People didn't, like, super like it. I'm looking forward to see just what kind of mess it is. The last part of it apparently is quite okay. It's okay, I know when to Google. I've done adventure games before, and that didn't go very well. So after 3 hours of running around pointlessly, you're like, I think I should Google now. So I think that's how it's gonna go. I mean, dying and reloading a save and going, I shouldn't go there is completely fine. But when you're totally lost as to what you're even supposed to be doing next, that is when you hit up a guide. Not immediately. You try to solve it on your own. Well, that's how some games go. It was really annoying Let's Playing My Big Sister because actually very few guides exist. I actually got stuck. Oh god. But why? Why in Italian? Okay, I think we had like enough of this. I'm sure that they're very important, but there's probably a bit more important cutscenes afterwards. There we go!
Sola Habrea and Igaeon have fallen. Bested by mortals in their attempt to initiate the Eighth Rejoining. That they should be so complacent.
Was it a pirated version of the Italian one?
And now it falls to me to deal with the consequences.
It would most likely be English. It's kind of weird to buy a game in Italian.
Begin to shift, placing our mission in jeopardy. Hydaelyn's champion has grown too strong. Her might encroaches upon the realm of gods. Equilibrium must needs be restored. The time has come for you and yours to join the fray. Warrior of Darkness.
Okay, this string like continues going on for most of the 3.x series and it kinda goes nowhere. But it should resume in 5.0, so we're gonna consider it important. Ah. Found a cat claw. It cracks when you press on it.
Remind me, why is there no rest for the righteous?
Because they care, Master Garland.
Yes, welcome to the introduction of Alexander. That is Alexander. He's a raid. I hope the Shadowbringer's raid is somewhat good. Really miss Alexander.
Of all the things they could have picked to play with, that's not a toy, you bloody fools, it's a primal!
One that controls time. It's kinda hard to beat that. I'm kind of really excited for that. When is this next FanFest supposed to be? The Tokyo one? End of March or end of April? Because I'm kind of excited for that. Assumption crumps to dust, bare truth long concealed. Beyond simmering shadow, lift simmering light. 22nd of March. Oh, yes. Kinda close. Oh, that's good. But no, the 8-man is most definitely not being done by the people of Nier. It's the 24-man being done by the people of Nier. I wanna see a glimpse of the 8-man. I wanna see if it's still like boxes with shite music or if it's, you know, an actual good thing. After long years of estrangement, Ishgard rejoins her sister nations in the Alliance. Words cannot, well, express my joy. None of this would have been possible without you, my friend. Change is coming to Eorzea, though it will inevitably bring with its measure of upheaval. With hard work, peace and prosperity are sure to follow. And yet, even as we look forward to the coming of the new age, we must needs be wary of old threats. The lords of Garlemald have not relinquished their claim upon Eorzea, and we shall be forced to contend with them again ere long. And then there is the matter of our comrade Estinian, claimed body and soul by Nidhogg. If there is a way to rescue him, we must find it. Suffice it to say, the path ahead holds no shortage of challenges, but together we shall overcome them. Fortunate timing as always, McDonald. Tataru was about to brief me on the search for our missing comrades. If you would be so kind, then? Absolutely. You'll be pleased to hear that Royal and his men have been making excellent progress. You remember how Flamin helped me to escape the Crystal Braves in Nimsalaminsa only to then disappear? Well, according to Roll, she crept aboard a ship bound for Red's Adhan, where she's been hiding ever since. He assures me it won't be long before we're reunited. As for Ida and Papalymo, that remains of the Link Pearls have been found, and in Pearl Lane, of all places, Riol thinks that they must have disposed of them after escaping from Royal Promenade. Yes, that would make sense. They could not risk being eavesdropped upon by our betrayers. We're all but certain that they fled the city shortly after, though we still do not have a clue where they went. I see, and what of Thancred and Vinfilia? I'm afraid I have nothing new to share about those two, but it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is we have enlisted the services of Charlie and Scholar, one of the students of Baldesion, to aid in search, who shall be arriving any day now. One of the students, you say? I shall very much like to meet the Scholar if time permits. But first we must attend to a more pressing matter. Sir Emmerich has summoned the two of us to a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wished to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you have no objections, Magnanimous, I should suggest we proceed to congregations forthwith. And mayhap we can meet with the Scholar afterwards, agreed? In that case, I think I'll return to Forgotten Night for now. Things are liable to fall apart. They've gone too long, you know. I swear, some of my eyeshadow got into my eyes because that friggin' hurts. But yeah, I'm gonna teleport and stare at an arbor. And then I'm gonna do my class quest, for that sounds important. It always feels very weird to finish a whole story part, because you kind of come out from a daze. You're like, ah! The credits! I'm here now! Let's continue. It's really weird! Oi! Ham! No. My cat's trying to get out. He's not allowed to. Imagine an arbors on the inside. Oh wow! You're a lady! You do look unique. But I kind of feel like we chose similar faces. I mean, my lips are a bit different. Oh god, even the same armor. This is going into our free companies chat. There we go. Near the DARPA. I do kind of like Rogadin females because of how massive they are. So I hope that you enjoy yours. I actually found quite good glamours on like this character, at least when it comes to leveling gear and when it comes to how's it called? Tanking gear. But I don't want to glamour it because I like this one as well. But in any ways, and my axe is a quest that I must do. I really didn't like to level 50 to 60 warrior quests. They're really boring. So I'm not really looking forward to this one. How does it feel to be massive? It's kind of fun, isn't it? Everyone looks super small. I'm not doing the leveling roulette. Not on this character anyway, and on my other one I play sometimes. Magnanimous, the Sahagin forces have begun marching upon the Tide Gates. The time has come for the decisive battle, one which the fate of all the Minson's hands is in the balance. My brother still wrestles with the tenuous grasp of his inner beast, but this crisis will not wait for him. The successful defense of the Tide Gates depends on 2 warriors being present. I shall not stand idly by either. I will lend what meager aid I can with my healing magics. If your heart is steeled for the battle, let us meet with my brother outside. God damn it, cats! It's not being loud time. Magnanimous, you're here at last. Is my brother ready to depart? My preparations are complete. I am ready to lay down my life in Lim Silimence's defense. As we are all, the most recent reports tell that the Sahagin plan to use their massive sea beasts to overrun the Tide Gates. Us 4 will be in charge of defending the southern Tide Gate. With 2 warriors by our side, we'll beat those slimy fishbacks into the muddy depths from whence they came. You're fighting too? But what of your wounds? And you said 2 warriors? Aye, it's true that the injuries from our fight with Titan remain, but I reckon the Sahagin's courage won't last for long. As for the warriors, well, we got 2 right here, don't we? Worry not, Wescat, the Sahagin will rue the day that they stood before our might. Alright then, let's head to Camp Skull Valley. The Sahagin won't soon forget the battle. I will most definitely forget the battle, for I do not give a shit about the Sahagin at level 60 game. The fate of Lim Silimence I desire nothing more than to see everyone safely through this battle, but if the beast within takes me within its clutches again... Magnanimous, you know what to do. Gather your strength and drive the fear from me with a mighty slap. Okay, time to slap ya. Slap! That's the stuff. Feeling that in the morning. Okay, let's go. We got shit to do. Serious business. That's one of the dungeons that we skipped. I think I will be skipping most level 60 ones that are not part of the story. Which means that we will roughly be doing 1 out of 3 for each patch. He's far enough away. Won't find us. We're good at hiding. He just needs to follow the gangs that do stabs. The nation of Limsa thanks you for your assistance in this dire time. This operation depends on the successful defense of both tide gates. 1 unit will be dispatched to each one. And you four will defend the southern gate. You see, it also depends on somebody opening the door. Although your new unit is few, it would be foolish to expect anything but greatness from such storied fighters. We also have literally nowhere to sit people outside of directly on the bed. This living condition is very cramped. All in charge of defending the southern tide gate are we. Let's not do print screens, thank you. Let's not waste any more time. Not so fast, Weirskit. You don't think he'll let you take all the glory, do you? I didn't think you would mind the bed. Storm Marshal Azar, your plan is to fight alongside us. There was naught I could say to stop him. Once he had the mind to do something, there is very little that can. My sense of duty will scarce allow you to fall to bear the weight of Limsalumin's fate on your own. My axe will be the first to greet the Sahagin wave. And what's more, I like to see the strength of those 2 warriors with my own eyes. Something tells me that it will be a fight to remember. Storm Marshal, it will be an honor to fight by your side. Okay, that's about enough of this chatty chats. That was very long-winded and pointless. Was essentially kick the Sahagin ass's inspirational speech when we dealt with Sahagin's 12 levels before now, when they do not seem threatening at all anymore. Even if you up them to level 60, they still look very pathetic at the moment. So you're just like, yeah, right. Sahagins. That's what we're afraid of, the Sahagins. Valiant Protectors, yeah. Charge and stuff. Oh look, even better, they're level 58. Amazing. We're doing this with the wrong eye level gear as well. We're far too high eye level to be doing this, so this is just doubly ridiculous. You good there, bro? Oh yes, when you fail at going in a group, try going one by one. The beast has been tamed. Magnanimous brother friends, thank you. My axe remains steadfast. Friends, stand at my back. My inner beast shall protect ya. I will protect ya. Fishbacks have brought more pets to be crushed under the warrior's heels. Imbue your axes with inner fury. And other many words about things while we're killing the Sahagin. And as always, if I get low on health, I can go and grab an inner fury. At least the tail screw can no longer be done. So him focusing on people like Prey matters absolutely not. Kinda expected the tail screw to go off, which is exactly why I chose to, you know, pick up an inner fury. Okay, the battle is won. Everyone is happy. And I get this armor, which should be lower eye level than what we're currently holding. But it should at least be good enough to look at, right? Gotta say, it looks fairly awkward. I mean, if I remove the helm, maybe not too bad, but still, it's a bit weird. Okay, so what are we missing? We're missing a weapon, most definitely. We're missing a few rings and other knickknacks. Let's save up for the weapon first. Forgotten Night, we go. Is this by any chance about Estinian roaming free as Nidhogg? Could this be what it is, or is it something else?
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
Things.
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities.
Did you tell everyone that he's dead, by the way?
Stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely. Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop. But
that sounds like it shouldn't happen.
That would not seem appropriate.
Yeah.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited. Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed. I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number questioned our methods.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the Broom. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order. But such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
My cat keeps on scratching herself and it's really shaking the table.
Confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
Kill Estinian, maybe?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Enix Shrine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Oh, I don't mind that.
Enix Shrine? You would speak with Vidofnir then?
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor?
I don't see why not. Sounds like a great idea.
Thank you, my friends. Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
She must be a really itchy cat.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens. Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph. As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
Okay, and the very nice narrator gives us a nice place to stop. So thank you for watching. I am gonna continue this on Monday, hopefully, and honestly, Heavensward's remaining quests are not as many as Realm Reborn's. Hey, Stegger, and see you the next time. Sorry for you to join when I'm saying goodbye.